between the Rockets and the Thunder, 60-51 advantage. James Harden, 9 of 19 from the floor, 26 first half points. American Express halftime report. Here in Studio J, we have a lot to break down, including, of course, the big news with Magic Johnson stepping down, Casey, Shaq, Candace, Vince. A lot to get into. Let's begin with our American Express teammates. And James Harden has been finding teammates throughout the year, but scoring a bunch too, like well over 30-plus over and over again. He'll do it again tonight. But don't forget about Capella. 5 of 7, 10 points, 8 boards, 3 assists in half number 1. Shaq, let's start with Harden. Obviously, as the Rockets go, will be determined a lot by the way James plays in the playoffs. What do you see from him in the first half?
He's doing what he's doing best, taking a lot of field goal attempts, surveying the defense right here. I don't know why you give James Harden space. I don't even know why you switch to 5 on him, but he's really feeling it right now. The question is, can he have enough energy to sustain throughout the playoffs? Who knows how many Game 7s they might have to go through, but he's exerted a lot of energy, definitely 1 or 2 in the MVP race. But listen, 26 points, the guy's averaging 36. You can't play him one-on-one. He's just been doing what he's been doing all year. Hopefully he doesn't get tired during the playoffs, because that's my only concern. I was the scoring champ one year, and it was very, very tough to come out every night and get 30, 40 points. It takes a toll on your body, and he was doing much more than I was doing. He has to dribble all the time and shoot threes and step back. So my only concern for him is I hope he doesn't get tired during the postseason.
Yeah, they went through Shaq that stretch with all the injuries where he was really doing everything by himself. They also, I don't know if you heard this, they take some threes. He always does stuff behind me. When I turn this way, this happens all the time. I know by the reactions of Candace. Whatever, I don't even look back here anymore. It's like having a 7-year-old on set. I just wait.
I'm not doing anything.
Vince, bring professionalism, please, to the table. Yeah. They take a couple of threes. They made 27, a couple of nights ago. They've taken 26 already, made 9 in the first half. We know live by the 3, die by the 3. They missed a bunch last year in the playoffs.
That's their philosophy. Get the 3 or the layup, and you can see the ball will swing around the perimeter for the 3-point shot, or you'll see penetration and pitch, or hit the big rolling. And the first thing he does before he looks at the rim is look behind the 3-point line. And they'll take tough threes. That's just what they do. 36%, 35%. Harden shooting 3 for 8. You see Eric Gordon 2 for 5, CP 1 for 3. That's what they do. Live by the 3, die by the 3. So if they're not hitting, what's going to happen? That is just the question.
We saw what happened last year when they didn't hit.
Missed 27 in a row, I believe it was.
Tough.
It's weird because Oklahoma City's. We were talking about the Lakers a lot tonight, and we will, and teams that kind of disappoint. What a weird season, right? Because at one point it looked like they were charging up into the 2 or 3 spot, and then they're battling for 8. Who are the Thunder entering the playoffs, Candace?
Well, you know what? I think that the Thunder have shown a little bit of life coming as of late. Paul George had an injury mid-season that hurt them right before the All-Star break. But Westbrook was going through that shooting slump early in the year. And now he's coming out and he's playing good basketball. He's averaging a triple-double, but he's shooting the basketball better. Mm-hmm. And I still think, and I'm still going to stand with my point that I made at the beginning of the season, OKC is a dangerous team from the defensive end. They're a team that can switch, that are active defensively, that have a two-way player in Paul George. Russell Westbrook's competitive, has had the experience of the playoffs. I think they are still a dangerous team in the Western Conference.
All right, well, we've got a lot to talk about in terms of the Western Conference seeding. And, the Lakers. Magic steps down, doesn't tell Jeanie Buss first. What's going on with that in L.A.? We've got more on that as the night rolls on. Don't move. Well, not the way we expected it after 79 and 108 in the recent tenure as president of basketball operations. Magic Johnson saying today abruptly he's done, resigns, happier when he wasn't president, and hadn't told Jeanie Buss before he stepped up and said this to the press.
So today I'm going to step down as the president. And I think I don't want to, her and I have such an amazing relationship. And I think that she gave me full power to do what I wanted to do.
Well, no more Magic in L.A., and now even more questions as we move forward. this was supposed to be a 4-year process. It became a year. Everybody kind of stunned by this development as we were sitting here watching that first game tonight, Shaq, as you let it kind of settle in a bit for the last hour. Your reaction?
We're not used to seeing Magic start something and not finish it. You know, I'm sure it's a lot of sad people there. I'm sure it's more circumstances surrounding what's going on, but I'm happy for Magic. You know, he wants to do his other stuff. He's a brilliant businessman. He's well respected, well loved in LA. Wish him well. But, you know, when you come from a Laker family, business must go on, business must continue. So whoever gets his job, you know, they're going to have big shoes to fill, not from Magic's standpoint, but big shoes to fill as far as, you know, Jerry West and Mitch Kupchak and what they were able to do and, you know, bring in key pieces to win a championship. Because when you live in LA, you know, making the playoffs is not acceptable. We're all about championships and, you know, being championship contenders. So I know we're sad that Magic is gone, but bring in the next guy. Let's move on.
All right, on to the next. Nobody's irreplaceable. By the way, Dwayne Wade is for this league. We will miss him. Miami eliminated from the playoffs. We'll see you after the game. Welcome inside our studios here in Atlanta. We're getting you ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader on TNT. James Harden and the Rockets.
36? God.
We know they will be in. Seeding still a question. Same for Triple Russell Westbrook and the Thunder against the Rockets. It's all coming up, but things got interesting, did they not? Very immediately. As after 79 and 108 record in his recent regime as president of basketball operations, abruptly, without telling Jeannie Buss, Magic Johnson did this.
So today, I'm going to step down as the president. And I think I don't want to. Her and I have such an amazing relationship, and I think that she gave me full power to do what I wanted to do. I'm gonna go back to that. My company is exploding right now, and so I have to make a decision, right? Because I can't give both 100%, and that's a tough thing. But I'm good with where I am. I'm happy. I want to do the things I used to do. So I had to weigh both situations, and so this is better for me.
All right, there's a lot here. Shaq, your reaction, A, to this surprising announcement, and B, he said relationship tight with Jeannie, yet he didn't tell her.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, so I can't speculate, I can't speak on it. However, I've never known Magic to walk away from something. So, you know, hopefully everything is okay. But I'm going to go on the record and say this. There's a gentleman across the hall who is a born Laker. And he was general manager when I was there. And things didn't work out and he kind of went away. I would like to see him get that job. A gentleman by the name of Jerry West. If anybody could bring the franchise back to where it was, it's definitely Jerry West. So I want to wish Magic well. I want to wish Rob Pelinka well. They still have a lot of work to do this summer. Somebody's going to have to get it done, so whoever gets the job, it's going to be a lot of pressures there. But I'm not used to seeing Magic step up to a challenge and then step down so immediately. But Magic is my guy, so I don't know anything. I'm not going to say anything. I love Magic. If it wasn't for Magic, I probably wouldn't be a 3-time champion, so I love him and I respect his decision. But the game and the business must go on. I would like them to take a look at Jerry West and give him the opportunity to come back and, you know, finish what he started in '96 when he made the trade for Kobe Bryant with Charlotte, and also in the same trade brought me there. So I know he's with the Clippers now and he's doing well, but I would like to see him get that chance. So, but good luck to Magic, good luck to the Lakers. But when you live in LA like Candace and myself, we don't accept excuses. So whoever's going to get the job, you still got to get it done. LeBron was there to bring the glory back. So Magic's gone. They're going to be sad for a couple of days. But, again, business must go on. And whoever's going to get the job, you got to get to work right away.
And Jerry, of course, Jerry West did a great job with the Clippers in their growth. It seemed kind of abrupt, Candace. I think that's why we're all so surprised. Not a long period of time. The LeBron process was a 4-year process. Are you surprised that after a year we're here and Magic is done?
I am a little bit surprised, but you know, in his conference, in his press conference, he talked about Magic has been seen as the Mr. Laker around LA. Has had his hand in different businesses in different ways. Dodgers, he's with the LA Sparks as well. And so he has always had that mentorship type of relationship with people. And he alluded to the fact that he couldn't do that with the job that he had with the Lakers. Broke some rules earlier because he didn't know, tampering, things like that. So I think that as long as he's happy and he's stepping down and stepping away and still going to continue to be around the Los Angeles Lakers, which he will be, then I see this as a win-win for him and for, you know, the organization.
Optics are what they are, Vince. Doesn't always mean that it is the way it seems, but they don't look good with this, right?
It doesn't look good, and like I said, we can all speculate until we find out what exactly is going on. Right now, it's all speculation, but something's up, and that, like I said, with having LeBron on your team and having, I mean, when you have him, good things can happen. You just need to find the pieces to make it work. So for someone to step down right now is just, I don't know, like everybody's mind was blown. You see it pop up at breaking news, like, what? That doesn't make sense. So something has to be up.
Especially when I told you guys I was coming out here to announce that, and you didn't listen to me, and then I did it, and you.
We didn't hear you.
I didn't believe you.
Didn't even hear you.
I didn't believe you.
I have anyway. So it's talking about LeBron though, because it was okay. LeBron's there and a big part of this, Shaq, but you had Magic Johnson. Now Magic taken away. More on LeBron here, even though it's not his decision making, because you know how people are. They're going to say, well, LeBron now has more power.
Well, it's LeBron's job to just go out and play at a high level, but it's management's job to get those people around him. Michael Jordan don't win championships if he don't have Pippen, Rodman, Steve Kerr. You know, Golden State don't win championships unless they have Draymond, Durant, Klay Thompson. So it's up to management to get the pieces. And they tried to, you know, get a couple pieces. And again, people forget that before those guys got hurt and even LeBron got hurt, they were in the playoffs. They were in the fourth seed. So, you know, I think it's fair to say if all those guys were healthy, they probably would be in the 6th, 7th, or the 8th spot. But things happened. LeBron got hurt. Rondo got hurt. Big Baller Brand got hurt. You know, season just went to waste. But this right here, what Magic is doing, just, you know, adds to, you know, the nightmare season that they've already been having.
Well, I have a question for the panel. Does this make their summer even bigger now? Outside of free agents, I mean, getting the right guy in there is very important, because now you're trying to lure a big free agent. That's going to be the first question of a free agent. Would you agree?
Well, I think this summer is no more important without Magic than, I mean, they have to get somebody in free agency this summer. And now they're adding to their basketball ops, presidents, whatever. But LeBron's got a season off, but he's getting older. So it's not something that, hey, we're 2-3 years away. This is something that you have to build on this summer, where you're actually competing next year. I think that's why everybody was so disappointed this year, was because you want those young guys to have the experience in the playoffs for when you're actually competing for a championship.
You know, this is where things are interesting, because Shaq brings up the point of Jerry West, right? So think about this building right now. You've got Doc Rivers, great coach, been a championship coach, what he's done with this team, Coach of the Year candidate. You got Jerry West. You've got a team headed in the right direction with a lot of money, and everything's great. You got the Lakers, bad season, the questions, Magic steps down. And this is, forget an odd time, the first time, right, that we sit in this building and it's almost like we're playing opposite day which direction each team is headed, no?
Yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere in LA. You know, the Clippers are in control now, but let it be known, LA is still a Laker town, period. You know, Clippers are doing well, no disrespect to Doc and Jerry, what those guys are doing, but when you're around LA, it's all about what Magic did, what Kobe did, what myself did, what Kobe and Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum did. Definitely a Laker town. So even this guy, I think, you know, Kobe Bryant's a brilliant mind. You know, bring him in as president, because I think it's an easy fix. You got the nightlife, you got the weather, you got LeBron, you got Jack sitting there, you got the people. And if I'm a player that's going to be getting a lot of money, I would definitely want to, you know, step up to that challenge, because we all know as players, you can't do it by yourself. So if I got a guy that's named LeBron James next to me, he's going to get his. I'm going to get mine, because I'm that type of player also. And you put 3 or 4 pieces around us, we got a pretty good shot. So if I'm a free agent, I'm definitely looking at LA.
Well, how come that didn't happen last summer?
I don't think they had enough time.
Well, you know, we get to the point of the coach, too, right? So now that's part of the process and part of the conversation to get to the point of everybody here. We don't know. Everybody suspects on Twitter. Nobody knows. But the relationship with Luke and who wanted to keep him and who didn't, there's a lot of conversation that it's expected that after the final game, that whole staff will be relieved. That's a big part of this, too. Regardless of not just LeBron, to Vince's point, Candace, we don't know who's coaching the team either.
You don't know who's coaching. Obviously, I mean, you look at the last portion of the season with LeBron out. Luke has looked calm on the sideline and has coached. And obviously, it's a little better when you don't have pressure. It wasn't expected to win. He's won a number of games at the end of the season. But like Shaq said, Jerry West is in the hallway right across. And you can't, if you're going to relieve a coach, you have to have your front office in place before you assign a coach and everybody on the same page. And everything Jerry West has touched has turned to gold. And, I mean, you look at what Golden State's doing right now. You look at what the Clippers are doing. It's not by chance that this man has been at all these organizations. And so I have to agree with Shaq on that.
Let me ask this. We got about 2 minutes left here. And we'll talk more about this after the second game. Just testing faith in where we're at now with the Lakers, because obviously we know what the franchise has been, Shaq, but where they are now. I'll start with you, VC. I'll put you on the spot here. But next year at this time, better team, Clippers or Lakers?
It's still up in the air.
I know it is.
Free agency.
I know it is. But think about, based on what you know about where they stand now.
You have to say the Clippers right now, just because of where they are. They're moving into the playoffs. You have to give them the advantage as of right now today.
And I think it's more of an advantage. You got two teams in L.A. that got a lot of money. You pick. You want to go to the Clippers or you want to go to the Lakers? You pick. I don't know what's going to happen with Luke, but there's a lot of, you want to save money? There's a guy on the bench named Brian Shaw. He can get the job done. Tyrone Lewis out there, Jason Kidd's out there. There's a lot of options to get it done. But, you know, we all know it ain't Mark Jackson. It ain't really about the coaches. Coaches ain't got nothing. It's about the players. The players got to step up. The coaches call X and O and they keep you calm. But
it's about free agency.
Yeah, and
that's what it is.
Who don't want to live in L.A.?
There's a number of people that said no to it this past year that didn't want to live in L.A.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. In the past, it was a given that the Lakers were going to get the top free agents, and now that's not the case anymore.
Paul George, who's in the game we're about to do, right? Chose Oklahoma City.
He's from Los Angeles. Paul George is from L.A.
And now you add a little turmoil in management. I mean, regardless if, like you said, it's a quick fix.
Sure.
But until, like that, a free agent right now, regardless if they're looking into the playoffs or their season's over, that's the first thing they're like, oh, man, wait a minute. Let's sit back and see. But now if the Clippers come around.
If I get $200 million in L.A., I'm going. I don't give a damn who there.
With the Clippers?
With whoever. If I get $200 million, if I'm a max player and I get $200 million and live in L.A. and bring my family
if I get $200 million in North Dakota,
I'm not worried about LeBron.
It really doesn't.
LeBron going to get his 20 and I'm going to get my 20 and we're going to make some noise again. So the guys that didn't sign there, let's just tell me that they don't want to win. LeBron's still the best player in the game.
We learned beginning of the night
he
that
absolutely is.
Vince is going to keep playing, so Clippers and Lakers, you're both on the clock to make phone calls. He likes L.A. We'll get out to the Western Conference. Rockets, Thunder in Oklahoma City. We'll see you at the American Express halftime report. In the meantime,
and I'll bring Vince and Kobe.
Kevin Harlan, take it away, Kevin.